Business Result coursebook tends to focus on speaking and listening. However, there are some downloadable lessons which you can print off and take into the classroom focusing on writing. These would include memos, emails, letters, reports and so on.
I'm going to give each of you a letter. Well, in pairs I'm going to give you a letter, cut up in jumbled order, and I'd like to put it in the right order. You've got 1 minute. Normally I spend more time in my lesson on speaking and listening, but some of my students have requested some work on business letter writing skills. I downloaded the worksheet from the Business Result website and I'm using it in the lesson today. Can we look at the different sections of the letter? Can you look at the first section? Can anybody tell me what we call this?
Title?
Not title, a letterhead. Okay, and the next section? Whose address is this?
I think it's the address of the receiver because they have Dear Mr. Luther and it's Daniel Luther on the top, so it must be for the receiver.
Okay, good. So at the top you've got your company letterhead and then you've got the person you're writing to. And what about the first paragraph of the letter? What's the purpose of that paragraph?
My name is Mariusz. I'm from Poland. I find difficult formality because in English you have formal and informal language. In our language we don't have something like exactly like that, and jargon as well, because you use special fixed expression. For example, I'm looking forward to hearing from you, and 1 year ago when I read this type expression, I was confused.
We're finishing the letter yours sincerely. Can anybody think of another way of finishing a formal letter?
I think it could be also yours faithfully. It depends who we receive, who we send this letter. If we know the name, we should end with yours sincerely.
I'd like you to read the letter and underline the fixed expressions.
When teaching business writing, we should firstly provide our students with a model. With this model, we can then highlight the fixed phrases and also the conventions of letter writing or reports. It's also nice to ask our students to bring in their emails and their documents they're working on in their jobs, and then we can work on that and it's more realistic for them.
Who can tell me the first expression that they have underlined? Raoul?
The purpose of this letter is?
Yeah, the purpose of this letter is to... So it needs to be followed by an infinitive. Yeah. In the moment you're going to write a letter, and I'd like you to imagine that you work for a company and you'd like to introduce your company to a potential new distributor. And I'd like you to make a list of the information you need to include in your letter. Could I have a volunteer, please, to come and write on the board?
Okay.
Satoko? Okay. Okay, so have a think about what kind of information would you need to give this potential new distributor?
Product.
Mm-hmm. Thank you very much, Satoko. Now I'd like you to work in your groups, and I'd like you to write a letter between you. You need to look at this information here and decide what paragraphs you're going to put them into. And then I'd like one person in each group to write the letter and the other people to help. Yeah, you can just invent a letterhead. A letter, yeah? Yeah. Remember the format of the letter with your letterhead at the top and then the address.